On Monday, Fox and Friends aired a segment where they were talking about the need for teaching the Bible in public schools and how Republicans all over the country were actually pushing bills and initiatives to force public schools to teach children the Bible. You know, they think it's going to help with literacy, just Bible literacy classes. And then Donald Trump, after watching this on Fox and Friends, did what he always does. He tweets out like, hell yeah, I love this. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he threw his support behind teaching the Bible in public schools. Now, I have repeatedly said, and we've actually covered these initiatives by the Republicans in past segments, I am not in favor in any way of forcing public schools to teach the Bible. Not a fan of it whatsoever. Unless, of course, you also want to throw in the Quran, the Torah, every other religious text and make it a class that includes all of them, and you're only teaching the historical significance of those particular texts. That I would be okay with, as long as it's also an elective. However, Republicans are trying to make this something that happens. And according to a recent article in The Atlantic, this will end very badly for them. Not because it's unconstitutional, but because the more people learn about what's actually in the Bible, the more they're going to start to question what the hell is wrong with the Republican Party. Now, The Atlantic didn't actually go as far as to saying that part, but they should have. And in fact, they should have devoted more than 2 sentences to that entire theme. I mean, come on. You actually struck gold on this topic, on this issue, with this theory. And you literally devoted 2 sentences to it right at the end of the article. But here it is, and I will spell it out, and I hope The Atlantic does this next time they choose to talk about it. If we took high school students or even middle school or elementary school students, and we put the Bible in the classroom, we say, okay, kids, get out your Bibles. It's time to learn about the Bible. We're going to talk about the lessons in the Bible. What are they going to learn about? They're going to learn that we are supposed to treat foreigners as if they were natives in our own country. We are supposed to welcome them into our homes. We are supposed to feed them and clothe them and offer them hospitality. Nowhere are they going to say, build the wall, #MAGA. That's not in the Bible. I've looked. I don't see #MAGA anywhere in there. They're also going to learn that blessed are the poor. Not, let's give tax cuts to the wealthy. Also, can't find that passage in the Bible about giving tax cuts to the wealthy. They're going to learn that do not commit adultery. It's kind of odd considering that the dude in the White House makes it basically his favorite pastime is committing adultery. Or at least it was before he came to the Oval Office. God only knows what's happening now. The point is, every actual lesson from the New Testament goes against every single thing that the modern day Republican Party is about. They don't care about adultery. They don't care about the wealthy screwing over the poor. They don't care about destruction of the environment, which, yes, protecting the environment, God's creation, is in the Bible. That is our duty, according to that book. So what are these students going to think about the Republican Party when they learn that Jesus taught us to take care of one another, to help each other, to give medical care to people without asking them to pay for it? You know, that's a big one too. So yeah, I wish The Atlantic would have done a better job of expanding on that, because that is exactly what would happen. A lot of these students would have their eyes opened. They might actually start to understand that today's modern Republican Party has absolutely nothing in common with what is actually in the Bible, though they love to throw the Bible in our face whenever they get the opportunity to do so. I still don't think it's a good idea to force Bibles into our public schools. But the silver lining here is that if Republicans manage to successfully do this, it's still going to end very badly for them. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.